Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man v Film. We're continuing the Fast and the Furious franchise yet again. We're on to part 6 now, which was released in 2013.
Man versus Film.
Since our gang toppled a kingpin and stole 100 million, they've scattered all over the world with their riches. But their inability to return home haunts them, and it's the one thing that they truly want, and no amount of money is going to give them that. Meanwhile, Hobbs has been tracking a group of mercenaries who've been tearing their way across several continents. They're led by evil mastermind Luke Evans and his second in command, who just happens to be Letty. The only way to stop this criminal outfit is to outmatch him in the street level. So Hobbs asked Dom to get his crew and help them take down Evans. Their reward will be full pardons and the ability to go back home where they belong. Yet again, Justin Lin is back as a director. He is fully hitting his stride here. He knows exactly what he's doing, and as I said plenty of times before, you know what he's directed by now, surely. After the success, the global super success of Fast 5, which was rightly deserved, they upped the budget yet again. This jumps up to 160 million. It made 789 million worldwide. That is a fantastic tally of money, and it's just changed the game completely. The past two movies have turned this into a worldwide success. Lin knew exactly what he was doing with Fast 5, and he carries that formula forward. He knows what he wants now. He knows exactly how he likes it, and he just tries to replicate Fast 5 again, which isn't a bad thing. The best of the cast returns yet again. Familiar faces that we know, we love, and we want to see how they're going to continue. And also brought back is Hobbs, thank God, because I thought he was a fantastic addition to part 5. It ties in directly with part 4 and 5. It's a continuation story, and it's nice to see this trilogy within these 6 movies so far, but this is a separate trilogy altogether. You could watch these 3 movies as a single event. Even tying back into part 4, where it brings Braga back into the mix, and also one of the agents that O'Connor had a history with back into it. It's a nice little touch like that. But then that's where the movie kind of falls down. Sometimes they're reaching too far back and try to bring too much back into the movie, and it's around about the 50-minute mark, nearly an hour, where O'Connor takes a sabbatical from the rest of the team in London to go back to America, to infiltrate a jail, to get some information that really makes no sense whatsoever. It's just exposition that's clumsily handled and not essential to the movie, and it lessens the movie by taking O'Connor away from Toretto and the rest of the team. Not since part 2 have we had a single figure bad guy, one sort of like really maniacally evil person that's going to stop at nothing and no one's going to stand in his way, and they bring that back with Luke Evans' Shaw character. But halfway through this movie you kind of realise what it is. There's the good team, there's the bad team, there's the good group of superheroes and the team of ultra villains. And you actually see that later on, where Evans is maniacally smiling, he's having fun as he's driving a tank down a highway, destroying innocent people. And it's up to Toretto and his team to make sure that he can save the innocents and stop the bad guy. And at one scene he actually flies across a highway to grab somebody to save them, and you're literally like, dear God, are they just going to put a cape on this guy? This is the Fast and Furious superhero movie. The final action sequence seems overly long and it's got too much going on. It's that always got to add on. You know, you can't just have a simple one person versus one person climax. It's got to be several bouts going on all over the place, and they've got this plane that seems to be taking a lifetime to actually take off, and finalises with a car flying through the front of it. I'm not saying these movies have to be realistic, but there is a certain extent that we like the practicalities of the 5th one. I know that wasn't overly realistic, but it was still something that I enjoyed. I would like to have seen that. It seems that the action's been comicized for this superhero movie. You know, it should be toned down a little bit. Overall, the Fast and the Furious 6 is a good movie and it's enjoyable, and if you look at it where the franchise starts, it is a really good fun movie. It has a little bit of a natural lull in it, but you're still interested in all the characters. You still got all the good bits from the previous movies. It just has that little bit in the middle, a little half hour where it just kind of drags its feet ever so much, but it's still an enjoyable watch. And I'm going to give the Fast and the Furious 6 4.5 out of 5. It's almost as good as part 5, but you know what, it's just not quite there. But that ending for the movie. Now I just quickly want to talk about the climactic scene in the movie. After everything's tied up, it jumps to Tokyo, and we all know what happens to Han in Tokyo Drift. But when you figure out who it is that steps out the car, Jason Statham, wow, what a cliffhanger. He's a big name, you know, and you know he can play an excellent villain. I hope he can play an excellent villain, and I cannot wait to see part 7, specifically because I've got Jason Statham in the movie, and that is going to be next on my list. I'll see you next time in Man v Film.